Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to piggyback on my previous video for Business Central 2023 release with one new features. And there are some features at the time I recorded that video wasn't listed on the What's New list on Microsoft official Business Central website. But there's some features which is really exciting, like this one, drive sales with AI generated product descriptions. Also on April the 16th to April the 19th, Microsoft North America directions, they demonstrated this feature which used the Copilot. And so this is a really nice feature, and I would like to show you how this looks like in Business Central. And also there are some other features, like I didn't dig into the details, like some improvement for the supply chain management in the warehouse and the inventory area in Business Central. So there's lots of details like for user experience improvement, and I would like to show in this video as well. So let's first take a look of this feature which is called Drive Sales with AI Generated Product Descriptions. Let's jump to our Business Central. So this feature, if you're using Business Central 21, which is before the Business Central 2023 release with one, then you will not have this feature enabled automatically. So what you have to do when you upgraded to this new version, Business Central 22, for the Wave 1 release, then you have to go to your feature management. And in the feature management, you have to enable that feature in order for you to use it. So this feature is called Create AI-powered product descriptions with Copilot. So because I created a new sandbox in my CDX, and if you are creating a new sandbox with Business Central version 22, then this feature is enabled automatically out of box. You don't need to enable it. But if you had the Business Central version 21 previously, and then you got upgraded to Business Central version 22, then you have to manually enable this feature, okay? So after you enable this feature, then you can go to your items. So now you have a new way to create your items. So what you can do, you can click on new, and from here in the drop-down list, you will see new from picture. When you click on new from picture, then it will ask you to load a picture. Then you see this feature to drag and drop the documents or files from your local drive to Business Central on cloud. This feature is also available in this version, Business Central 22. So then you can just drag and drop instead of just select a local file. You can drag and drop. So that's just drag and drop a picture for a desk. I'm just gonna put it here. And it will analyze your picture with the image analyzer, which is an error service, and then it will populate the attributes it detected from this picture. And out of box, for this feature, it will automatically match in your Business Central item category based on what it detected. So obviously, this is a desk, so it automatically detected is a, so I don't know why it didn't detect it as a desk, because I do have a category for desk, but it automatically detected as a table. So then it's doing the matching for the category, and also it automatically applies your item template when create the new item. So you can, because this is a physical item, so then we are selecting this item. So out of box is using the first one from the list, and we do have a template, item template for service, but it automatically detected is a physical item. It's an inventory item. So, and also at the same time, it populated these item attributes, but it didn't populate the value for these attributes because this color could be, it doesn't match any of the color listed here in my existing item attributes value. So this actually is kind of like a beige, but we don't have beige there. So I'm just gonna select the white color for now. And you can put in a unit measure for it as well. But actually, so these two, it just automatically populated a unit measure because these are related to the dimensions. But for color, it doesn't have a unit measure. So for the depth, let's say this depth is 50 centimeter and height 110, let's say. Material description, let's say it's wood. If you put in all those item attributes and click on OK, it will automatically create a new item from this picture you uploaded. Now you can see all the regular fields, they are populated with the item template values you selected. So after that, in the fact box, you could see there's a marketing text. From here, then we can say we want to create a marketing text with the Copilot. So click on Create with Copilot. And this is using the Azure OpenAI service to automatically populate this description. You could see it just automatically populated a description for me. And when we expand this, click on that, and then you can click on more settings. Then you could see there's additional settings show up, like emphasize or quality. And there's different options. Let's say I want to see the quality will be sustainable. And tone of voice, I can change it to like upbeat or some other options. And then we can say create a draft again. So then it's gonna use your new options to rephrase here. So if you can make some revisions, then make some edit here if you don't want if you don't like some part of the description. If you are satisfied, then you can just click on OK. And so you're gonna take this text, and after you did that, there's another feature for you to add this item to your Shopify, because Microsoft automatically pushed the Shopify connector to your Business Central. So I'm just gonna open a new tab, then you can see how that Shopify connector looks like. So if you go to the Business Manager Role Center, on the Role Center, then you have this Shopify connector set up. So first, in order to add the products to Shopify, you need to set up your Shopify store, Shopify shop first. So I did some basic setup, putting our URL, then I have to say access, request access, then it will automatically authenticate you to your Shopify admin portal. Then it will give you an option to install that Shopify connector app. Then you just click on install app, then you're done. Then you will be able to synchronize your items, orders, customers between Business Central and your Shopify using this Microsoft Shopify connector. And in order to add the item to your Shopify site, after you create this Shopify shop cart, then you have to do some setup, because we are actually pushing the item from Business Central to our Shopify site. So you have to say sync item is to Shopify, and then automatically create unknown items if you want that. And then we can say can update Shopify products, then you have to select item template. And sync item, if you want to synchronize your pictures, your images to Shopify on the item as well, then you have to say to Shopify, you have to select this direction. And if we definitely want to synchronize the marketing text we created with the Copilot, so we have to enable this in order for us to add that to Shopify. And so this extended text, if you are not using it, you can turn it off. And we want to synchronize our item attributes as well. So after you set up these on the Shopify shop cart, then you should be able to go back to here, add this item you just created with the picture to Shopify, and click on add to Shopify. It gives you this, it tells you the item assorted tables from picture will be added to the Shopify stores as a new product, and it will be immediately active. So let's click on OK. It will synchronize this to Shopify and generate URL on Shopify. And you can select yes to view it on Shopify. So let's take a look. So we should have the pictures, but it didn't have the picture because this view is cached. I'm just going to press Ctrl F5 to show the picture. So you can see now the picture displays, right? Oh, but we forgot to add a price on the item card. So what you can do, you can add a unit price on the item card, and then that price will be at the unit price on the item card from here. Then that price will display on Shopify. So just make sure you add a price. You don't sell it for nothing. Yeah, but so I'm not gonna repeat that process again, but just before you push your products, you can add a price and the price description, product image. So all those will be pushed to Shopify. So think about like if you have to push hundreds of items to your Shopify just to come up with the marketing text for the item description, that will be very time consuming. But this AI feature with the Copilot to help you to generate marketing text will save you lots of time to market to our items on to list your items on your e-commerce platform. In this case, Shopify, because right now it doesn't have the integration with other e-commerce platform yet. It's only for the Microsoft Shopify connector. But it's really cool feature. Since the AI generated product description is for Shopify, so the next feature I'm going to talk about is also for Shopify. It's the synchronized returns and refunds from Shopify. However, if you go to this link, you could see the general availability is May 2023, and there's no public preview available yet. So if you in Microsoft Directions this year from April the 16th to 19th, and they did demonstrate this feature from their internal environment, because they will not have a public preview, but they're gonna release it for the general availability in May. So if you want to see the feature, I have some screenshot from Directions. Then you can see for this Shopify return refund feature, actually right now it can do. It's not driving the refund from Business Central to Shopify. It's only after if you go to our Shopify admin portal and then you did a refund or return from the Shopify admin portal, then that refund or return will be synchronized to Business Central. So first you have to define a location for the returned goods, like which Business Central location you want to use when it got returned. You can set that up on the Shopify shop cart for the Microsoft Shopify connector. And then if it's only doing a refund, it's only for the payment, there's no inventory item is returned, then you can set up a GL account for the refund to be created, and then credit memo will be created with that GL account. But so in this case on Shopify, there's a feature that you don't in this way you do not restock the item. Then you only refund the payment. You don't restock the item. So then in Business Central, it will create a credit memo with that GL account. And so there you can set up automatic creation of the credit or return documents on the Microsoft Shopify shop cart for the Shopify connector. And all the details accessible from the Shopify orders, which means if it's a refund or return, that Shopify order will capture the details, and then a sales credit memo will be created from that Shopify order. And okay, so the next one I want to show is how you can see that in this picture I took from Directions. It's not very clear, but it's a little bit blurry, but you could see actually from this Shopify, from this tab, then they have a sub tab for returns, and there are another sub tab for refund. So in this case, we click on the sub tab for returns, and you could see a returns list. And from the return list, then you can see the Shopify order number, and then you can see this is a Business Central generated the return number series. So then we can see if you are going to another subtab for the refund, then this is Shopify refund. You can open a Shopify refund card, and in this screenshot I took, so it doesn't have the line. it just capture the information for the refund, but it doesn't have the line. But you can create a Business Central sales credit memo from this refund. Now you can see here the sales credit memo created in this case because it doesn't restock the item, so it has a GL account inserted to the sales credit memo. And if you do restock the item, then you will gonna return the item. At the same time, if there's any other credit you're gonna refund, then it will be entered as a GL account. So there's the sales credit memo is created from the Shopify returns or refund based on if there's an inventory item associated or not, then it will create the different sales line for them. If you do restock the item, then you will see an inventory item inserted on the sales credit memo line. If you do not, you only refund the amount, then it's only inserting a GL account. And so on the Shopify shop cart, this is the setup for the return and the refund processing feature. Then you can set up the process type to be import only or automatically create a credit memo. If you set up as automatically create a credit memo, then the Microsoft Shopify connector will retrieve the returns or refunds and then automatically create a sales credit memo from the returns and the refund based on your setup. Okay, so the next feature I want to demonstrate is this use statistical account to collect data for financial reports. I talked about this feature in my previous video for the Business Central 2023 release with new features. But at the time, I didn't see there's much value for this because it's not connected to your general ledger entries. And in directions, Microsoft presented something like they are linking this to the financial reports. So actually, it tells you can use the statistical account for your financial reports. So then I create an example here. And I have my statistical accounts created. And for my statistical accounts, what I created is for the employee head count. And I created some ledger entries for this employee head count. You could see there's in and out for the employee. And then I have a balance of 9 employees at this time. And then if I go to my financial report, I can use this statistical account. So I have a financial report created here, and this financial report is this per employee. And if you look at this report, so let's say we want to add a financial reports, and then we want to show the data. Okay, so see here. So right now, because we didn't, the filter we put here is April the 22nd. So that's just make this filter to be larger because I have some entries I posted before April 22nd. So now you can see there's some data. And then I have this net income at that time is this. And then we have the number of employee. This is our statistical account. And then I have a calculation to calculate the number in income, net income per employee. This calculation, so this sign, if you use this to divide this, it should be this. However, the sign I should say show reverse sign. So we want to add the row definition. So changes, do you want to make a copy? No, I don't want to make a copy. I just want to put it as a reverse sign because this number will not make sense. I will say show opposite sign. If I do that, then it will show it properly. Let's go to added financial report. Take a look at our data now. Yeah, so if you use a calculator to calculate, then it should be correct. So 110,793.22 divide 9. Yeah, 12310. That's our calculation, because if you go to edit row definition, then our calculation for how it's calculated is this row number F0038 divide this row number 00339. And on the row definition, what you can see here for the number of employee, I'm actually setting it up as a statistical account. So I'm actually using my statistical account, and you can see, and then this totaling, you just select that statistical account you created. So the purpose for this feature, I think, is for those transactions which is it's just for you to add some metrics for non-transactional data. The non-transactional data is the non-general ledger entries data. It's not the data recorded by Business Central. So it's some data you still want to record within Business Central, but it's not recorded by the regular transactions like the journals or documents in Business Central. So then you can do it as a statistical account. So usually this statistical account is those account which is not posting account, and there's no debit and credit amounts for this statistical account. And also the data for the statistical account will not show on the trial balance. Okay, so the next feature I want to show you is for the usability improvement for transfer orders. And so this feature actually already demonstrated in my previous video for the Business Central 2023 release with one new features, but I just want to there is something we saw on directions which is interesting, but it's not listed here. So in the previous video, I demonstrated for the transfer orders, what you can do now is you can select multiple items on the line. So these features are available on the sales document and purchase document, but it wasn't available on transfer document before. So if you select items, and then you will be able to, you can, in this case, if we just sort these items, but if I want to select the top 3 items, so you click on this, but the select more is at the bottom. So then you can select these 3, and then you can load them all together. Okay, so you have this feature to select more items. And also if you posted the transfer shipment previously, you are not able to undo the shipment. So they added that feature. You will be able to undo shipment. Let's see if we have any transfer shipment here. We can, I don't have anything I can show you, but I may not have any transfer shipments, posted transfer shipments. No, I do. So you can go to the transfer shipment, and then you can just say undo shipment. This feature is now available. And another feature is you have, so Microsoft added some mandatory field. If you are just creating a new transfer order, and then you could see this red asterisk. So previously these are not on transfer orders. So it just indicates which fields are mandatory for you to fill in. Give you more instruction for if you are new to Business Central, it lets you know which field you must to fill in. And also they added a preview, but before you post it, then they have a preview posting. This is added for transfer orders, previous only available for sales document and purchase documents. And they added a batch posting feature, so you can post batch from all this transfer orders list. And so something they demonstrated on directions is in the user setup, there's more controls for which documents you want to batch post, which document you don't want to batch post. So the next feature I want to demonstrate is usability improves for warehouse inventory and tracking areas. And so in the previous video, already talked something like I already demonstrated for when you create a warehouse shipment, create an inventory put away pick create warehouse receipts. And previously, you need to release your documents, either it's sales documents or purchase document first before you can sales documents, purchase document, or transfer documents. You have to release those documents first before you can create them. So there's extra clicks you have to do. And if you don't release those documents, when you create these warehouse documents, then it will give you an error and ask you to say like status must be equal to released, and the current value is open. It give you an error, so it just slow down your business process. But with this release, then you do even your sales documents, purchase documents, or transfer documents are still open. Then when you create a warehouse document, it will automatically release them. So it just to avoid some unnecessary clicks during this process. And it shows you these actions available on all these source documents: sales orders, sales return orders, purchase orders, purchase return orders, assembly orders, service orders, I will say transfer orders as well. And for the shipping details, so if we go to inventory, let's go to inventory pick in my Business Central, then what they added is a fact box. So previously, there's no shipping details for inventory pick. You will not see the shipping method, agent code, all this information, but they added the fact box information for the shipping details. Then you can see all those details in your inventory pick. And another improvement is Microsoft make the warehouse entries and value entries, the sorting order to be the same as the item ledger entries. In the previous version, if you go to the item ledger entries, you could see the latest entries is always on the top. You could see for the same item, same location, the latest entries is always on the top. But if you go to the warehouse entries in the previous version and the value entries, the oldest entries are on the top. But in this version, if you filter by a specific location item, then the oldest entry is always on the top. So in this case, like you see the silver location for this item, if we look at this location, and if you look at the registering date, and the latest entries is on the top. Same for the value entries. If you go to the value entries, then the latest entries is on the top. So if you look at the posting date, and if you look at the same item, then so these are different items. So you could see this date, but this is a different item. If you look at the same item, then the latest entries is always on the top. So you could see this item, but it's a different location. It must come from a different location. But the whole experience is like the latest entry is on the top and the oldest entry is at the bottom. And another thing, if you go to the warehouse entries, so previously the location code is not there. You have to personalize in order for this location code to show up. But in the Business Central version 22, then this location code is show up out of the box. You don't need to personalize it to make it show up. And also from the warehouse entries, if you have any lot number or serial number or package number used, then you can click on this link directly. Then it will bring you to lot number information card, and like the package number, if you click on that link, it will bring you to package number information list. It also added this item tracking part, and you can navigate to the serial number information card, lot number information card, or package number information card from here. So previously it doesn't have, you cannot open those cards from the warehouse entries. And this package number is a new feature in Business Central version 22. In order for it to show up, then first you have to go to our feature management. You have to enable a new feature called use tracking by package number in reservation and the tracking system. Once you enable that, then if you go to your item tracking code, you will see there's a additional section appears on the item tracking card. So let's open any of these. Then after you enable that, you will see there's a new fast tab called package tracking. Then you can enable the package tracking on the item tracking code card. So once you enable that, when you post item ledger entries, then when you post item ledger entries through item journal, then you can enter a package number. So that's why you can see I have the package number show up. So if I go to, after I enable that, if I go to my item journal, I will see another field show up called the package number. And then when you enter the item journal for an item, you have the package tracking enabled, then you need to enter the package number in order to post it. And so another feature is in this version, there's a Bing content page. Previously, you do not have unified experience, because if you just search Bing contents, then you can see this Bing content page. And in previous version, Business Central version 21 or earlier, but if you go to your item card and navigate to the Bing content from the item card, then it opens another page called item Bing content. So the fields available on these two different pages are different. But now Microsoft in this version, Business Central version 22, this experience has been unified. No matter if you you navigate to the item card and open the Bing content, or you search Bing content, open the Bing content card, then it's showing up the same page. So you could see this page is Bing content. And then if you go to search, then you also open the Bing content page. But previously, if you navigate from the item card, go to Bing content, this page show up is called item Bing content. And there's less fields available for you to use. So you can see now we have all these like minimum, maximum quantity, Bing ranking, and default, dedicated, fixed, all these different fields available. And you just open this page. So previously, you do not have this many fields available for you to use. Also, in previous version, if you use item tracking and you have the item tracking number on the warehouse document, that's you're creating a pick from a warehouse shipment. After you register pick, you have to go back to your warehouse shipment document and to enter the item tracking number. But in this version, if I go to a pick I created, and the item tracking number is on the pick. So what I can do, once I can just let's use this pick this 3 as example. So if I just enter my lot number from the take line, you see this action type taken place. So if I enter my lot number on the take line, and it will automatically populate on the place line. So I don't need to enter it twice. So this is a nice feature as well. And another thing, if you populate the physical inventory journal and you run the physical inventory list report, on this report, if you physical inventory list, if you run this physical inventory list report, on this report, if you enable show item tracking numbers, then you preview this report, you will be able to see the package tracking number. So in this case, you see the lot number, serial number, package tracking number, package number on this report. You will see all these details on the report. So the next feature I want to demonstrate is use the advanced warehouse functionality with minimal complexity. So previously, if you want to use all these features like zones, movement worksheet, calculate bin replenishment task, bin capacity policy, warehouse class check, special equipment in warehouse documents. So these features you seen together with the directed put away and pick enabled on the location card. But now, just to avoid like enable these features, and you must to enable directed put away and pick to make your warehouse process to be more complicated, then Microsoft make this available even you do not have directed put away and pick enabled on the location card. So let's talk about this zone first. So previously, you can only use zone if you have the directed pick and put away enabled, but in this version, So let's go to a location card, and we can see I could use zones with love. So I'm gonna use my yellow location. Now you could see on my yellow location card, I do not have directed put away and pick enabled. However, I can set up my zones, and I have this ship, storage, and quick access, these zones set up. And under the zone, I can set up my bins. You can see I have these bins set up. And then if you have the zone ranking, bin ranking, all those fields set up on this on the zone, and those will by default be populated on your bins as well. In this case, you have this one, we have this zone, we have the special equipment code. You could see that property is inherited to the bin as well. So we have this special equipment code automatically populated. But you can just you just cannot define the bin tab. So if you just try to add a bin tab on the zone, then it will still ask you to enable the directed put away and pick on the location. So next I will show you how you can use the inventory movement. You can use the movement worksheet without have the directed put away and pick enabled on the location card. So on this silver location, I do not have the directed put away and pick enabled. However, like let's find an item. I have a bin content. So I have you can see for this item 1900-S. I have a minimum quantity defined on the bin content. I also have a maximum quantity defined, and then the bin ranking is 100. So if we look at another bin, and for this same item, 1900-S, this bin ranking is 90. I have 1010 in this bin. So if I use the movement worksheet to calculate, it will, because on this bin S-1-01, I have my bin content currently, what I have is 100, and it's under the minimum. It's under the minimum quantity I defined. So if I try to replenish this bin with the movement worksheet, then it will take the content from this bin S-1-02, because I have 1010 there, and then replenish this bin S-1-01 up to this 500, because the maximum quantity is 500. So in theory, it should replenish 400 to this bin. So let's take a look if that works. So if we go to the movement worksheet, and so we need to calculate for this location, which is the silver location. Let's just use this one. You could see this for this test batch for this movement worksheet, and it's using the location code silver. Okay, and then if we say calculate bin replenishment, and we just put in this item number 1900-S for this item, and it should just turn that to capital. Just give me a second. Okay, good. And then calculate for this item, and let's click on OK, and to see what lines are generated. Okay, so there's some additional setup I have to remove, because but that's a good example for another scenario. So for this warehouse class code, if you don't have the warehouse pick and put away enabled previously, it doesn't let you to enable that. So let's go to this location card again. So if we go to the silver location card again, we could see we have the check warehouse class enabled. So previously you can only enable this when you have directed pick and put away enabled. So I'm gonna disable this so we can get rid of the movement worksheet error for now, but I will demonstrate that feature later. So that's recalculate the bin replenishment and put in this item number. So then you could see it's calculated. It's calculated 400 as I mentioned, because it's gonna replenish that bin up to the maximum quantity you defined on that bin content. Okay, so The next thing I want to show is the special equipment. And so now even on the silver location, I don't have directed put away and pick enabled. Then I can select special equipment. I can select from the option previously. If you don't have direct put away and pick enabled, these options will be grayed out. You will not be able to select them. But now I can select. I want to pick the special equipment from the according to the bin. Let's see. I have any. Yeah. So since for this bin, I select the special equipment code forklift, and on the location card, we said we're gonna populate the special equipment according to the bin, but not according to the SKU and item. So in this case, as long as I have an item put into that bin, then it should populate that special equipment code. So if we go to the warehouse pick we created for the silver location, then look at the bin code S-1-01, then we see the special equipment code automatically populated from the bin code. Because on the item card, I do not have special equipment defined on it. So also on our location card, we said we're gonna use the special equipment from the bin. So you can see on the item card for the item, I do not have special equipment code on it. So that's gonna use the special equipment code from the bin. That's what we define on the location card, right? And if this is using the item, the special equipment from the item card, then it will be blank. So the next thing I want to demonstrate is also, let's go back to this silver location. And on the silver location, we do not have the directed pick and put away enabled. However, previously this bin capacity policy will be grayed out if the directed put away and pick is not enabled. But now you can see we can select it. We can select the bin capacity policy. So in this case, we're gonna select prohibit more than maximum capacity. So after we set up bin capacity policy, that's a fun example. So I have a bin S-1-01. I have a maximum cubage defined there as 1000. And in this bin, we have the contents. We have two items in it, 1900-S and WRB-1002. So let's go to the item card for WRB-1002 and take a look of the item unit measure, because you have to define the dimensions of cubage for the item on the item unit measure. So we have these dimensions, height, width, length, cubage defined here. Then okay, so we're gonna use this item. Then we can enter item journal then to see if it's populate this message like it's over the maximum cubage. So I have this item here. Then I'm just gonna, for this location silver, I'm just gonna enter a big quantity. So you see here, once I enter that quantity, I know I will exceed the maximum capacity on that bin for the maximum cubage. Then it shows us this message. Okay. So this feature previously only available when you enable the direct pick and put away, but now it's available even you do not have that turned on. And another thing I want to demonstrate is the warehouse class. So previously, if you don't have the direct pick and put away enabled, this will be grayed out. And in this version, we can enable this even we don't have directed put away and pick enabled on the location card. Once I enable this, and let's take a look on the bin. So on this bin S-1-01, I don't have a warehouse class code enabled on defined there. However, on the item, on this item 1900-S, I do have a warehouse class on the item card. So let's take a look on this item card. I have a warehouse class code regular. So if I need to, because this bin does not want you to have a warehouse class code. However, on the item you have a warehouse class code. If that's the case, if I go to my item journal trying to add something to this item to that bin, then it will give us a error message. Let's take a look for how that works. So that's just select this location and then select this bin code. So you could see it tells us warehouse class code must be equal to regular in bin content. However, on this location, this bin, on this item, and the current value is blank. That's what we could see, right? So on the bin, we define it as a blank. However, on the item, we have it shows up as regular. It just tells us we can now put this this item with the regular warehouse class code to that bin, because that bin warehouse class code need to be blank. So this is another feature in this release. So even you don't have the directed put away and pick enabled, you can enable check warehouse class. And another feature in this release is in the warehouse setup. So if we go to the warehouse setup, previously there's some additional field for require shipment, require receipt, require pick, require put away. So those fields are removed. Those fields are removed from the warehouse setup because previously you have those fields. You can enable it on the warehouse setup, and then it will allow you to be able to create those warehouse documents for a blank location. However, the best practice is to define them on the location card instead of having a blank location. So those fields has been removed from the warehouse setup, but the code for those logic is still there. It's not removed yet. So if you want to add those fields back, you can still use those logic, and but those fields will, even the logic will be deprecated by Microsoft in later release. So it's better not to use it. It just use those fields from the location card, to use those fields from the location card instead of using a blank location with those create those warehouse documents. Okay, so all these warehouse feature improvement, those are so many little things in it, and it's very detailed, and you have to play around by yourself with the related warehouse documents and to try out these features. I hope the features demonstrated in this video helps you to have a better understanding how they work. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. I hope to see you guys again next time.